Hey yo, is this thing on? Hey yo, what's up? It's your boy Rich right here, Southern Cali. The Outlaws are back. If you didn't know, well now you know. This is the best show on the block. Guaranteed to be the best. Some out, some new, some original, something to get you to break outside the box, restructure your mindset, reanalyze the norm, get your think, image, strategize, re-strategize, blueprint, put it all into effect and see what you come up with in this thing we call life. Consistency is key, and and that's what's up. Consistency is fucking key in getting anything you want out of life. So, hopefully having a great day above beyond epic, better than average, been original, stupendous, glorious, blessed, amazing, extraordinary, phenomenal, memorable, abundant, overflowing, and over exaggeratedly happy. I really do believe that these are feelings that we could tap into in life, and they're created so we can enjoy them. It doesn't mean that we're going to live in these 100% state of being every single moment of our lives, but I think that tapping into these really outstanding emotions elevates our existence and makes life that much better, y'all. So anyways, y'all, how you doing? Comment below, like, share, subscribe, and let's keep going on this journey. Now, if there's one thing that I can teach you on my videos and guide you on, it's fitness, right? Look at this shit, fitness. I could show you fitness, and I got some type of natural physique results from the knowledge that I've applied and breaking outside of the box, implementing these strategies as I blueprint my way into the results that I'm looking for. Is it going to be ideal, perfected results, meticulously detailed, chiseled, carved, and put in there like a Greek statue? I fucking hope so, but if not, we're still going to pursue the goal. So anyways, y'all, you're not always puffy. Like, you have to fucking flex. Then when you stop flexing, it goes away. For the most part. Or you could just stay flexed all day and like, oh, there's no big fucking difference. I don't think anybody can really tell. I don't think anybody really cares. Like, why are you walking around flexed all day? Because it just kind of like aesthetically looks better, I guess. Aesthetically pleasing to the eye for me. So, I've been consistently doing my workouts. So I've been chasing my bucket list for 2026. This is where I'm at. I'm cutting right now. So I'm trying to get this physique to, like, I mean, this is basically all I really have left. This part right here. And then when it comes to my legs, they're like pretty, you know what I mean? Pretty nice and chunky, sculpted. Thighs, everything, my shoulders. It's just my abs that I'm really working on. So this process is called cutting, and it's extremely brutally difficult because you want to go out there and eat all that delicious food. You want to eat some sugar. You want all that extra salt in your food, all that flavoring. You want those tortillas. You want that bread. You want those cookies. You want those pastries. It's everywhere when it comes to the drinks, all that sugar, and if you're into alcohol, all those carbs. And it's very overwhelming to want to indulge in life and the lifestyle while also sticking to a very strict, disciplined routine to get you to a certain level in a certain period of time. So there's the journey of, I'm just gonna take on this adventure of going to the gym and working out as something I want to do because I see pictures and shit of people and they inspire me to try it. But I'm not willing to put in the true effort. I'm not willing to put in the true dedication, and I'm not willing to follow the diet plan. And when it comes to the weekends and shit, I still want to splurge in that lifestyle. That's fine. Then there's the other dedicateds, like they'll be like, I'm gonna cut all this out for this certain period of time. I know it's gonna be difficult. Like right now, right? I was like, oh my god, I really want to go outside and check out the fucking girls because I really enjoy just admiring a sexy, beautiful physique, right? What guy doesn't? I'm not necessarily out there hounding and trying to get at all of them and shit like that, but I'll sit there and I'll just like, wow, she good looking. She good looking. I'll check out the cars on the road because I'm a car fanatic. Grab some coffee and do some vape. Headphones on. I forget you got to preheat. So, anyways, um, I was like, I want to go out there, be a part of society. I get these urges. Like, I'm going to go grab some coffee and just hang out. But I also need to do these pull ups and I also need to get these sit ups done and these dips and take a shower. And I also need to like grab some dinner. I also need to call my son. I also need to get in bed early tonight so I could get ready to go to work in the morning so I can finance my lifestyle. I also need to, there's a lot I need to do. You know what I mean? And then I was like, I was kicking it outside of the church this morning. I was just sitting there so shady. And I started tripping out on the girls that went to church, man. I was like, fucking fashion show this morning. I was like, wow, you know? Some of the way, whatever, it was like, I was sitting there with this like epiphany. And I was like, okay. So like, do I want a girl, like a church girl, who goes to church and plays the role and plays tight with her pussy and she like, I formally want this type of guy and this and that and this and that, dresses this type of way, sexy as fuck, all this shit. She got a past, all this shit. But she going to church, you met her there, and she dropping fucking biblical rules on how she don't want to fuck and all this shit till marriage and everything. Yet, prerequisite, you're standing there like, but you're like used equipment, you're a used car. I mean, everybody in your past basically fucking wear and tear and they took you out for a drive and they basically found out that there's something wrong with you and they didn't want to keep you, so they gave you up to the next fucking purchaser. And now I'm supposed to sit here like you're some kind of trophy fucking glorious creature, wife material, when specifically in the book it says that the only real females who are technically wife material are the virgins. The virgins are wife material because they saved themselves for marriage. The whole fucking epitome of their life and their goals when it comes to sexuality and relationships is to get to this one particular piece. They're not out here they're not out here fucking around. They're not out here giving it away. They're not out here giving their attention to multiple motherfucking men. They're not out here fucking doing things that biblically structured they don't feel is appropriate. And so they never technically lived a certain type of way. So they're the ones that don't have to repent for a certain type of lifestyle or a certain type of sins, because formerly, from the time they were small, appropriately speaking, they put themselves in a separate category, which put them on track on the journey to become the fulfilled role of what they call a true wife material female. Now, there's a certain category in society and they call them boss babe bitches, and they want that type of tone of respect for being the boss babe type of bitch, and we do give them that tone of respect and saying like they worked really hard and dedicated their whole life to become this and they are successful. And I believe that these other females that are technically considered wifey material put in the same type of work and emphasis on this genre of existence, and they should not be compared or considered to be close to the lifestyle of others. And technically speaking, they're not better or less than, they're just on a separate category, and as such they get treated a certain way that is more appropriately speaking the response to the lifestyle that they've lived out and portrayed to be in the light, in the darkness, in private and in public. That's who they are. So we're going in there and we're talking about men as well who have lived in the life and did certain things, and they go to church and they say they're godly men. And then there's a standard male figure who has lived a structured life in order to become that man. They're both different godly men. One of them is, I don't know what the fuck they are, and the other one is, technically speaking, through actions speaking, a godly man. The other one is, I don't know. Do you understand what I'm trying to explain? So in the church, there's a mixed demographic of people, the preacher's kids, the PKs, and then you have everything else. So which format, right? So you run into these in church, and they tell you wait, and you're like, come on now. Why are you trying to get next? Now I don't put up with none of their shit. Because over here on the streets, it's the same factory model body type, right? Exterior, interior speaking. I mean, they're basically the same. A female, right? All this shit. But the only difference is they're not playing fucking games, and they're very straightforward. They believe in God too, but they're not playing fucking games and trying to put tangible, all kinds of shit. They're not trying to do all kinds of weird shit and then putting God's signature on it. They're basically laid out like, yeah, this is me, this is you. We basically fell in this fucking position of like, we really want each other. Boom, boom, boom. You got what you wanted, me too. Is this love? Is this lust? I don't know, but in the moment, you know what I mean? We're doing it, and we're not hesitating, and we're not making it hard on each other and for each other, and we're not making this process of sharing the moment more difficult than it has to be. Then there's the more difficult than it has to be, and you got to work for it and jump through fucking hoops, and I'm the fucking treasure and all this shit, and it's some type of fucking game, right? So then you got the players of the game, and they're trying to play you, and you're over here fucking looking from the outside in, and kind of like, oh, you can't play me. I mean, I know every fucking move, and what you're fucking gonna do. Like, I'm not even gonna acknowledge you until you fucking settle the fuck down and acknowledge my position, and my position is not even on the field, on the fucking coach. So you're not willing to submit yourself to a higher form of being when it comes to this certain type of knowledge. Okay, then go ahead and walk around and get fucked over by somebody else, because technically speaking, you're talking to a male who actually is going to take care of you if you're in his circumference. Others won't. And so you're going to run around being betrayed and heartbroken because you're making the wrong decision. So then you have these real wifey materials, and who knows who they fucking are. I don't know, but those are the real wifey materials, and I believe that they should be treated as such because they live their life and conduct themselves as such. So they happen to get a certain response out of me personally. They are looked upon as something to admire and to really value and to really treasure, because there's a lot of ethics in this book. Not only keeping your legs shut, but I think they're really feminine. They're really for their man. They really submit. They really like to be treated a certain way. They're really disciplined. They love reading books, at least one. They love going to these little groups with potlucks and other women, and they love getting counseled by older ladies who have lived it, and they try to instill the right type of advice into them. It's like, look, mija, look, I didn't live it correctly. I didn't get it, but I'm like fucking 94 years old. I'm about to pass away soon. So I want to give you the real right education. Look, this is where you are, and this is where you should be going. And this is everything you need to cut out in order to find this. This is what you want, right? You need to cut all this out to get to here. and they got nothing to lose and nothing to gain out of the conversation, but they genuinely are at the position in life where they want to see you succeed and live the life that they didn't get the chance to because they were fucking up at your age. So then me as a guy, right? I'm sitting out here in LA with millions of choices. How am I supposed to pick one to hang out with, right? And want to spend some time with? You're all pretty much for the most part good looking. You all got a different type of aesthetic, a different style. Not all of it is appealing to me. Not all of it is not appealing to me. Not every body type particularly suits me. Not every facial appearance suits me. There's certain things that I do and don't like makeup. I don't really like it. Um, Showing off all of your features and with certain types of, I don't really like it. There's certain things that I don't really like. So just on that alone, since these are your personal qualities and whatnot, these are just things that I don't partake in. I'm like, nah, I don't really want to get an or because these things that are a part of her personality, I don't want to take that away from her. That's what makes her her, right? And so when they come across me, they're like, that's how he is. I want to change him and make him into a better person. I'm like, no. That's how I am. And this is what makes me genuinely the beautiful person that I am. So don't fucking come and try and change everything that you see is wrong. Like, I'm not a fucking project. I'm a complete motherfucking masterpiece. And you're either going to be the eccentric, kooky motherfucking billionaire who is willing to invest into this work of art that others call junk, or you're not. But somebody is going to see the value and is going to put in the right response. And that is for both genders, I believe. If you have a certain type of value and you have a certain type of, I don't know exactly what word to use, but you have qualities that are admired and are treasured by certain counterparts, you're going to receive a certain type of response from the outside world, but you got to hold back. So when you go around and people treat you a certain way and they don't exactly see your value and you stay in those situations, you're not going to find the right people who are going to value you because you're going to be too busy with others who you're settling with. And then so when you break out that mold, you're gonna get a lot of responses of like, oh, they think that this and that, they feel that, they believe that, they it doesn't really matter because in due time at some point you're gonna go through a period of a dry spell where you're by yourself, but you're gonna run into people who do value you. And at that point, you're going to be grateful for the choice you made to isolate in order to look for or wait for to receive the magnetic, attractive click that brings in the right people into your circumference, into your life. So, right now, I've been working on myself, trying to become that type of quality. So when somebody from the exterior looks at me, they look and they start judging, counting, or whatever you call it, right? And they say that person is a certain type of quality and I have to treat them a certain type of way, or they're going to cut me off because they run on certain types of standards. So I got to show up and I got to conduct myself in a certain type of way to suit this person's lifestyle. And if I'm not willing, right? And if I'm not willing to put in that work, then why even approach this person? Because this person right here, yada yada, right? Due to your habits and the way you conduct yourself from the outside through your actions, someone gonna see it. They're gonna see that value, and I don't know how long they're gonna take to approach, but your actions are gonna attract the right types of people into your environment. So be very wary and be very cautious of your habits, your daily habits, your routines, where you spend your time, where you spend your money, where your attention goes, who you talk to, and everything else, because as I just said, as we look into the world and we see and we make decisions and we move accordingly, so do others. And if we want to attract the right type of others, we need to move accordingly. And if we want to not attract the wrong type of others, once again, we need to move accordingly. I'll catch y'all later.